Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, and I bring you a video tonight titled "A Woman Who Doesn't Reciprocate Should Never Occupy Your Thoughts." It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to my book that I don't have right here, right now, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. But tonight's video, A Woman Who Doesn't Reciprocate Should Never Occupy Your Thoughts. This is a subscriber-sponsored video. And once again, if you are a viewer or you're a subscriber and you want me to make a particular video on a particular topic, then that's when you make the donation of $50 or more to my PayPal and my Cash App that's in my video description. And you leave your description of what you want me to make your video on in the note feature on PayPal or Cash App. And then I'll have your video on my channel in 24 hours or less. So this gentleman sent me the topic yesterday, and as promised, in 24 hours or less, here it is. Now, typically, when a subscriber or a viewer sends me a topic, I can read the entire email and respond to it. But this particular gentleman, the sponsor of this video, Rudmeister, aka Adolf, he wrote a longer email. So I have to give you a synopsis and then I'm going to respond to it, okay? So the synopsis of his video was he works hours outside of Atlanta, and his work brings him to Atlanta from time to time, and he has a particular church that he frequents when his work takes him to Atlanta. And he went to this church and he was glowing, he was shining, and the ushers pointed him toward a particular row that he sat in, and he sat down, and right beside him was this extremely gorgeous woman, and they had energetic exchange. As he described it in his email, they were so close to one another that a sheet of paper couldn't even separate them. So they were very close to one another, and the energy was there, and the woman actually instead of going to the bathroom and taking the less invasive route, she walked across him purposefully, and he took notice of that. And he said some words to her, he introduced himself, and then the pastor says, okay, turn to your neighbor, and then they reintroduce themselves to each other. And at the end of the sermon, this gentleman he took fancy to this woman, and he gave her his business card, and he let her know that I don't think me sitting beside you was coincidence. And so a month goes past, he doesn't hear anything from this woman, and he's thinking about her. She's occupying his thoughts. And he actually took a look at her Facebook profile, LinkedIn, things like that, and he didn't hear anything from her. So his work took him back to Atlanta again a month later after he heard nothing from her. And he was very tired from his work, and he had no notion to go to church the next day as he normally did. But he says that he got a little bit of sleep, and he woke up, and the voice told him to go to church. You're going to see someone you like. And he tried to go back to sleep, and that same voice told him, go to church. You're going to see someone you like. So this time when he went to church, he wasn't ushered to a row. He was ushered to the overflow of the church, because the church was packed and crowded. And he was questioning the voice. He was just like, where is she? Where is she? And then 30 minutes later, she came in late. He came on time, she came in late. And she sat in the row in front of him 30 minutes late, and she was so close to him that he could have touched her with his knee. So follow me. And the woman saw him, but she immediately turned away from him because she remembered that I didn't call this man. He let me know point blank that he was interested, but I didn't call this man. So when the service was over, she ran away from him because they were in separate aisles. And he, in a stern voice, he said, "Excuse me." And I take it he's a larger guy. You know, he has a presence. And the woman kept going. She kept running. Everyone else stopped because he's a larger guy. He spoke in a stern tone. And she kept running away from him. So eventually, as the church was letting out, they came into the same row somehow. And this particular woman, you know, she reintroduced herself, and, you know, he had a bit of a conversation with her, and the woman chose to run away from him again. And at that point, he gave up, and he just, you know, let it be what it was going to be. But then, like I said, after that, he went on Facebook and the different social media apps, LinkedIn and things like that, and he looked her up this time, and the woman had blocked him. So she took his business card information and blocked him. And she was occupying his mind and his thoughts because he was so enamored with her presence, and her beauty. And then he checked back to her social media profiles and found out that he was unblocked. So at that point, he began to deduce that this woman was keeping an eye on him, even though she openly and blatantly rejected him when she was in his presence. And so some time had gone by, and the man still had this woman on his mind. And he does Bible readings where he lives, and he allows people to ask him questions, get his interpretations of what he read versus their perception of their interpretation of what he said. So he's a biblical man, and that's going to tie into where I want to go with this video. And he met a young lady. This is a month after the last time that this woman swerved him and rejected him. And he met this young lady, and they began to get acquainted. He was in the park doing his biblical reading. And the young lady said, "Do you know a light-skinned woman, petite, has red hair, you know, a particular look?" The woman that was occupying his thoughts that rejected him, this random woman, described her to a T. He says, "Yes, I know her." So this woman says, "You all are twin flames. She's going to get with you when she's ready. And you're so intimidating because you're so attractive that she got intimidated, like women get intimidated by you." And so he let that fester. And even after that, he never heard from the woman again because he left it on her the last time that he saw her. And he actually sent her a friend request on social media apps like Facebook, and the woman just outright didn't respond. He sent her a message, everything. She didn't respond. So this woman who claimed herself to be an oracle, a spiritual presence, described this woman to a T. And he let the woman know, like, "Yes, I know who you're talking about, but I made my interest known and I never heard back from her." So this gentleman sent me the email to make this particular video because he was torn as to whether he should continue to designate a place in his heart, in his space for this woman, and possibly even reach out to her again after she's blatantly rejected him and on multiple platforms on multiple occasions. And he came to me, you know, with an understanding of himself as having the answer, but he wanted to get my opinion. So here we are right now, as I've described as best as I could the synopsis of what this gentleman sent to me in his custom video. So my response is the topic of the video. A woman who is rejecting you or moving away from you, she should never occupy your thoughts. And this gentleman, you know, he describes himself as a sexually attractive man. So as a sexually attractive man, a woman who is moving away from you should never occupy your thoughts. I don't care what messages you get. I don't care what energy you felt. I don't care what initial inclination that she gave you, that she was attracted to you, if she's moving away from you, she should not be able to occupy your thoughts. Because as a sexually attractive man, you're so grounded within yourself that you understand that a woman who doesn't see you exactly how you perceive yourself to be, in accordance with the regular and consistent results that you get from women who see you in accordance with how you see yourself, that woman does not deserve any space within your being, and she should not occupy any space within your thoughts. There were a series of very coincidental events that led this man to tap me on the shoulder to make this video, but her movements were not congruent with the man that he perceives himself to be. And so that's where the end of the conversation should have been. I don't care if a spiritual vessel, an oracle, so to speak, taps you on the shoulder and says, don't give up on her. You all are going to be together, you're twin flames. That's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Because the woman that's for you as a sexy, attractive man, she's always going to be moving towards you. There's going to be no space to chase her because she's so close in proximity to you. So this is a conflicted woman, because he spoke in the email of her attraction to him, even that second time when he ran into her at the church, how she could barely look at him in his eyes because she's that captivated and attracted to him. Even still, the woman that's for you is not going to move away from you. And he asked me if I had similar experiences. Yes, I've had experiences with women who I've met who were absolutely acting as if they were captivated, and they may have been captivated. But once I reached out to them, crickets. And instead of allowing that woman to occupy my thoughts, I blocked her. Because she didn't move in accordance with her initial energy. That is a conflicted woman. That is a chaotic woman. And I didn't want her anywhere in my space. And as a sexy, attractive man, there's so many other beautiful, attractive women who are making their way into my space that the woman who gives me initial interest but backs away, she is a distant memory. She becomes a phantom. And she becomes a phantom because she is not congruent with the normal, regular, and consistent experience that I get from beautiful women who are extremely attracted to me. So that's one of the answers I'm giving you in this video message response to your email. She should not occupy your thoughts, because you should be inundated with women who are so close to you in proximity that they cannot create distance. They are not a distant thought. They are not a provocative thought. They are not an obsessive thought. They are not a whimsical thought. She's not a what if. She's what is, if she's the woman that's for you. And one thing in particular that this gentleman said that really piqued my interest in his email was the fact that he says that he is spiritual and he's biblical. Okay, so as I was doing my interpretation and getting ready to respond to his email, I meditated. Okay, if you want to make me a custom video for you, I'm going to meditate on it. Your money is well spent. So as I meditated, I began to get scriptures, because this is a biblical man. And so the scriptures that I received were, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you, added unto you. And in congruence with that, the next scripture was, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. So with those scriptures, they merged, because Spirit sent those to me, because this man is seeking a spiritual answer to his spiritual dilemma. He's conflicted because he's dealing with a conflicted woman internally. So if your energy as a very productive, sexually attractive man who's grounded within himself and he has an identity, your energy is your greatest asset to offer yourself to the world and fulfill your purpose and make the exact and direct impact that you're supposed to make on the world. So if God sends something to you, as the oracle said to him, the supposed oracle, if God adds something to you, his yoke is easy and his burden is light. There's no chase. There's nothing that's going to pull your energy away from your absolute purpose that you submitted to and that you're operating in, and you're having the exact impact on the world that you're supposed to have. So if you're seeking the kingdom and his righteousness, and everything will be added to you, it's going to come with no burden. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. So this is a very spiritual communication, because this is a spiritual endeavor that this man has found himself in. So if God sent the woman to you, then she will be in full recognition of who you are, and she will be in anticipation, she will be in reverence, and she will be in respect of you. You will be the answer to her prayers, and you will be the immediate recognition of everything that she prayed for. She's not going to run away from you. She's going to be so close in proximity to you, naturally and spiritually, that there's no divide. There's no chase. There's no wondering. There's nothing in the back of your mind if the burden is if his yoke is easy and his burden is light. If he adds something to you, there's no yoke that is not easy, and there's no burden. His burden is light. This gentleman has been wrestling with this topic, and we've been communicating in the comments for well over a month. So this burden is heavy. And he's trying to figure out who sent this woman. It's very obvious who sent the woman, because she's coming with internal turmoil, confusion, confliction, and burdensomeness. This is not the woman for you. Yes, that woman in the park came as a supposed oracle and described this woman to a T that is occupying your thoughts, and said she's your twin flame. What the fuck is a twin flame? You don't worry about the flames, because there's only one flame. You, the identity that you have of yourself as a man, and you're entrenched in your purpose. So that is the flame, and everything that's added to you burns within your flame. There is no twin flame, because you were created to lead her. There's no twin flame. There's a flame that ingratiates itself into your flame. If you were equal to women, there would be a twin flame. You were created to guide her. God told Adam, I named her Eve. God told Adam, asked him, what will you name her? Adam said, I'll name her woman. You have dominion over her. There's no twin flame when you've been given dominion. So that's when the right woman shows up in your life, in your space, and she's submissive because you've been given dominion over her. And then you have to ask yourself, who sent her? The Bible refers to Satan as the author of confusion. You sent me this video topic because you're conflicted and you're confused. There's no easy yoke. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. You're internally burdened. If God sent her, there will be no burden. Her flame would absorb into your flame, because there is no twin flame. So it's very clear who sent her. Why you're conflicted. I have your answer. This is your answer. Who sent her? Who sent her? The author of confusion, because you're confused. If God sends something to you, it's an immediate recognition by both parties, because they're divinely ordained to be with one another. It's one burning flame, because her flame is absorbed into your flame. There's no such thing as a twin flame, because you were created to guide her, lead her. She was created to submit to you. So they can't be an equal flame if she was designed to submit to you. Her flame absorbs into yours because she submits to you. There's no chase. As he described in the email, the second time that he saw her, she acknowledged him when they were in close proximity and she couldn't run anymore. And then she ran away again. And in the email, he said, she gave me an energy that she wanted me to chase her, but I was done. Stay right there. Be done. The author of confusion put her in your space. You have a purpose. You have a magnetism. You have a presence that is not to be disrupted by the author of confusion. I hope it's clear. I hope it's clear. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. Seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. If your creator added it to you, there's no burden. The yoke is easy. He says, my burden is light. You're heavily conflicted. That's why we've been conversing through the comments on this particular topic for over a month. And thank you for seeking the knowledge with me, someone you trust, to get your answer. The prophet Matthew C. Horne interpreted your energy that surrounded your words. And I was given an answer for you. So the quote-unquote oracle told you in due time you all will come together. But there is no due time. Due time with her is an extension of the confusion and the internal confliction that you have. Any woman that's added to you will be in recognition of you. You will have done the work. You will have walked in the garden with God long enough for you to understand your level of dominion that you have over the earth as a man. God did not give Adam Eve until he understood his dominion. Before God said, you name her, he had Adam to name the animals. He had Adam to have a full recognition of his dominion that God gave him. And when he understood his dominion and he got used to hearing the voice of God, walking in the garden with God every day, he says, now I can put you to sleep and pull your helpmate from your rib. Because you understand my voice. You understand your dominion. You name the animals. Now you can aim the counterpart that I gave you. And so God said, I named her Eve. He said, Adam, what will you name her? Adam said, woman, flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. She came from my womb. She came from me, woman. And so anything that God asks of you, she already understands that you have dominion over her. You will not have to chase her. She's going to run to you. Because her flame has to be absorbed into your flame because you have dominion over her. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Bringing you a video tonight just talking about how the woman for you, she's not running away from you. You're not conflicted. She's recognizable because she already recognized you. She's not running away from you. She's running towards you. She's not conflicted because she's in singular mind, in thought with her creator. She prayed for you. When she finds you, she's in recognition. I hope you got your answer. I really do hope that you got your answer. Tonight's video, like I said, it's been sponsored by a subscriber, Rudmeister, aka Adolf. Thank you again for investing in yourself. I hope that you really got your answer. I hope that you really got your answer. I delivered in 24 hours or less, as I promised, to anyone who wants me to make a custom video on your particular topic. I deliver. I'm here for you. It's brought to you by my books. In addition to the donation in the video that he paid for, it's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. In addition to my other book that I just gave away to someone, I don't have it on my desk right now, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. And once again, if you want me to make a custom video on a particular topic that you want me to speak on, then you do just like Rudmeister, aka Adolf, did. You make a donation of $50 or more to my PayPal or my Cash App that's in my video description. And you leave a note on the note feature on PayPal or Cash App. And you let me know exactly what you want me to speak on. If your topic is more in depth than just leaving a note, just like Rudmeister, aka Adolf, did tonight, he emailed me at matthewchorne.com after he made his $50 or more donation to my PayPal and my Cash App that's in my video description. And his description was very detailed, elongated, which I encourage if that's what compels you. But you make your description on my email, matt@matthewchorne.com. Your more in-depth description of what you want to speak about, and then I will bring you an answer, just like I brought the gentleman tonight, Rudmeister, aka Adolf. Thank you again, brother. If my message has been of value to you, if your thought process has been elevated as a result of encountering my message, then make a donation to my PayPal or my Cash App that's in my video description. I'll never tell you what to donate. I bring impactful messages, and however you've been impacted, that's what you donate. It's really that simple. And my donation information, my PayPal and my Cash App is in my video description. And also, I'm still looking for 5 individuals. The slots are filling up, but I'm still looking for 5 individuals that I can work with over the course of a year to provide coaching and mentorship. And if you want to be one of the 5 individuals that I work with hand in hand over the course of a year, providing dating coaching, life coaching, everything's going to be integrated, because you have to become a particular type of man if you're going to have extremely elevated experiences in life. And I'm opening 5 slots because I'm giving so much of myself. Within this mentorship and dating coaching combined, what you're going to receive is at least 3 coaching calls per week. And I'm going to do an assessment of where you are and where you want to be in the dating space. And I'll get back to you. You leave your name, your phone number, and tell me about yourself, where you are and where you want to be. And then I will call you. And then we'll decide if we're a good fit to work with one another over the course of a year. We'll meet up in person no matter where you are in the world. We're going to meet up at least once. And then I'm going to assess you in person after I've coached you. And everything's going to be very hands-on. You have 24-hour access to me as well. So you can be in a situation with a woman, you can meet her on a dating app, grocery store, club, or whatever the case may be. And you can need to know your next step as you're getting coaching from me, and I will respond. So you're going to have extremely exclusive access to me if you want to undertake this year-long journey with me. If you're interested in that, once again, you email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. You leave your name, your phone number, you leave mentorship in the subject matter of the email, and you just tell me about yourself, where you want to be, and then I will do the assessment and I'll get right back to you. And if you would just like an hour's worth of coaching, then I still want you to email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. You're going to leave your name, your phone number, whatever issues that you're facing in the dating space. I'm going to do an assessment, and I'll reach back out to you with the terms of the coaching. And once you accept the terms, then we will set a date and a time, and the coaching will commence. Everything's easy and streamlined over here. And many gentlemen have been getting breakthroughs with these coaching sessions. So I want you all to get your coaching. If you understand my voice resonates with you, I'm your man. Whatever impediment that you're facing and you're unable to get to the other side of it, I'm your man. It's as straight as that. Lastly, my dating coaching community on the school platform. Amazing things have been happening over there as well. In this particular community, you're going to get 2 exclusive videos every week based on topics that I speak on that I do not put on YouTube. In addition to that, every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you have a Zoom call with me. I do a monologue, I introduce a topic, I speak on it briefly, and then you all can dialogue with me on that topic. And then after we finish dialoguing, the remainder of the hour, I'm yours. You can ask me anything that you want to ask me. You can present anything that you want to present to me, and I'm yours for an hour. Every Zoom call is archived in my community. Every video that's exclusive to the community is archived in the community. It's an amazing space. I want you all to sign up. I want everyone to sign up. This is an amazing space where I can interact with you on a weekly basis. Okay? So the information and the link to sign up will be in the video description as well as pinned to the top of the comments. Everyone sign up for this community. It's growing and it's amazing, and everyone who's been consistent, they'll be getting breakthroughs. In addition to that, I allow the members of the community to shoot me different topics that they want me to make exclusive videos on that I put in the community. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. So you all sign up. Like I said, it will be in the video description as well as pinned to the top of the comments. All right? And that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you again, Rudmeister, aka Adolf, for sending me your email and requesting clarity on your proposed topic. I hope that you got as much clarity as you can possibly get. I gave you my best. And anyone who wants custom videos, I'll give you my best as well. Nothing that is added to you from your creator, from your source who wants to see you thrive and freely operate in your purpose is going to come with a burden. There will be nothing in the back of your mind because the woman will be so front and center that you cannot question who sent her, why she's there, and the intent that she has of why she's in your presence. If the creator sent her to you, it's going to come with an easy yoke and a light burden. My yoke is easy, my burden is light. You know who sent her based on the magnitude of the impact of her spiritual impact on you based on how she enters your space. I hope this video has given you clarity. You know when the right source sends someone to you. You can weigh it against biblical principles. And if it comes with confusion, if her eyes are saying one thing and her actions are saying something completely contrary to her eyes, that's conflict. That's confusion. And since we're making a biblically based video tonight, who is the author of confusion? I've said enough, man. I'll see you all soon.